into ezenzakalayo ma comrade ze commission mazenzeke mazenzeke i-commission zomadlanga mazibe khona sikwazi uziva inyani namaxoki zigqithe sikwazi ukuthi ke ngoku xa kugqityiweyo kuthethwe ukuthi yintoni inyani and in the process makungade kulindwe la commission ivalwe xa kufuneka kubekho abantu abafuneka babanjwe ngokukhawuleza mababanjwe kungalindwa sidikiwe ngamaxoki sidikiwe ngamasela. We are saying in English, we must not wait for the commission to finish its business. If there are people who are supposed to be arrested, let them be arrested. We must not wait for the final verdict of Justice Madlanga. If somebody must be arrested tonight, arrest.
Hello everyone, and welcome back to our channel. Today, we are diving into a fiery comment that's got the political scene buzzing once again. Fikile Mbalula, the ANC Secretary General and one of South Africa's most outspoken politicians, has thrown down the gauntlet, and this time, he's pointing fingers at law enforcement and the ongoing investigations under the Madlanga Commission. His words: "We must not wait for the commission to finish its business. If there are people who are supposed to be arrested, let them be arrested." A bold statement that instantly split public opinion. Some see it as a call for accountability, others, as an impatient attempt to influence justice. Now, before we unpack what this all means, make sure you hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and share your thoughts in the comments below, because this one is going to get deep, and you'll definitely want to have your say. So, what's happening here? To understand Mbalula's outburst, we need to rewind a little. The Madlanga Commission has been one of the most closely watched political investigations in recent years, digging into alleged corruption, abuse of power, and questionable conduct among senior government officials. It's part of a broader effort to clean up the image of South Africa's political system, something the ANC, especially under pressure after the 2024 elections, desperately wants to be seen doing. But Mbalula's comment didn't come out of nowhere. There's been growing frustration within the ruling party that the commission's work is taking too long, and that in the meantime, implicated officials continue to walk free, attend public events, and even make policy decisions. Mbalula, who's never been known for biting his tongue, decided to say what many in his party have been whispering behind closed doors: the time for waiting is over. Of course, the irony here is thick. Fikile Mbalula himself has been both an insider and a critic of how slow South Africa's justice system can be when it comes to politically connected figures. He knows how public perception works. People are tired of commissions that last years, cost millions, and end with very few people behind bars. The public has seen it all before: the Zondo Commission, the Seriti Commission, and countless others that exposed the rot but produced limited tangible results. Mbalula's statement taps into that frustration. He's presenting himself as the voice of action, the man who won't tolerate endless investigations that never end in accountability. But here's where it gets complicated. The commission exists precisely to ensure due process, fairness, and thorough investigation. Jumping the gun with arrests before the commission concludes could undermine its entire purpose. It risks politicizing justice, turning legitimate investigations into witch hunts, something South Africa has seen far too often. Still, it's hard to deny that Mbalula's words resonate with ordinary citizens who have watched powerful politicians dodge accountability for decades. The question many South Africans are asking is simple: if the evidence is already clear, why wait? Why let corrupt officials enjoy another day of freedom while the poor continue to suffer the consequences of their actions? Let's be honest, Mbalula's comment wasn't just about justice. It was also political theater. With the ANC losing ground to the EFF and the MK party, every public statement is now a battle for credibility. The ruling party wants to appear tough on corruption, especially in the wake of internal scandals that have embarrassed the leadership. Mbalula's fiery language helps project strength, a message to the public that the ANC still has the will to govern decisively, even if it sometimes struggles to deliver in practice. But as usual, South African politics is never short of irony. Within the same party that's demanding arrests, there are figures who are themselves under investigation or facing corruption allegations. It's a bit like a family arguing about who should wash the dishes while the whole kitchen is on fire. Everyone wants to appear responsible, but no one wants to take the blame. And here's another layer. Mbalula's comment comes at a time when public trust in state institutions is fragile. The Hawks, the NPA, and even Parliament have all faced criticism for selective enforcement, being tough on some, lenient on others. So, when Mbalula says, let them be arrested, people are left wondering, who exactly is them? Will it include powerful individuals within the ANC? Or just the usual fall guys, the mid-level officials and scapegoats we've seen take the fall before? You can't ignore how Mbalula's personality plays into this either. He's known for his charisma, his quick tongue, and his occasional blunders on social media. He's the kind of politician who says what others are too cautious to say, even if it gets him in trouble later. But that unpredictability also makes him one of the most watched figures in the ANC today. His statement reflects both his frustration and his political instinct. He knows how to keep the cameras rolling. Critics, however, warn that such comments risk undermining the independence of the commission. If politicians start demanding arrests before processes are complete, it blurs the line between investigation and political pressure. Justice can't be rushed, they argue, not if the goal is to rebuild faith in the system. After all, South Africa's democracy has always prided itself on due process, even when it moves slower than people would like. But maybe that's the whole point of Mbalula's provocation. Maybe he's trying to light a fire under law enforcement, to remind them that the public is watching, that fatigue is setting in, and that patience is wearing thin. It's not necessarily about interfering, but about putting pressure on a system that sometimes seems too comfortable with its own pace. If you think about it, this moment reveals a deeper struggle within the ANC and within South African politics more broadly, the clash between procedure and performance. On one hand, you have the cautious bureaucrats who believe in rules and commissions. On the other, you have fiery populists who demand results now, even if it means bending the rules a little. Mbalula's outburst is the latest flashpoint in that ongoing tension. Still, one thing is certain, his words have sparked a national debate. Should justice wait for the commission to complete its work, or should law enforcement act as soon as evidence surfaces? It's a tricky balance between ensuring fairness and avoiding political paralysis. As we wrap up, it's worth remembering that these kinds of statements are not just about justice, they're about image, timing, and public pressure. Mbalula knows the game well. Whether you love him or dislike him, you can't deny he has mastered the art of staying relevant in a political landscape that changes by the hour. So what do you think? Was Fikile Mbalula right to demand immediate arrests, or should the commission be allowed to finish its work first? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. Don't forget to like this video, subscribe to the channel, and hit the notification bell so you don't miss our next deep dive into South Africa's ever-dramatic political scene. Thanks for watching, and as always, stay informed, stay curious, and stay sharp. See you next time.